the house, did not find any marijuana.
Let me ask you a question. If marijuana is legal, how did the police, so you bring your kid to the emergency room, you say, I think my kid is lethargic, and within this very short time span, they've searched your house for a legal substance?
Yeah.
This is not true.
No, the whole story is bogus. This is obviously bull crap.
I'm trying to pull it apart so people can see that this is, and I think I know who planned the story too, by the way, but
well, then you got me on that one.
but let's do a little more of this bull crap. So apparently this didn't happen in the house the way I read the story. The reporting is the toddler was outside, 2 years old, and picked up a cookie, ate half of it before her mom had seen it.
Right, there was a cookie, a dope cookie, incidentally, laying in the yard. I guess dropped by some stoner, or perhaps it fell out of his plastic
This of course is in some ways a callback to the Iraqi kids thrown out of the incubators onto the floor.
Yeah, somebody pointed that out. Yeah, exactly.
Which turned out to be the daughter of a crisis management PR firm, and it was completely made up.
Yeah.
And these things do happen. Things get made up for specific reasons. But this was so transparent, and it's after all these years that we just know the script. It's like, okay, this is so obvious what's going to happen next.
Yeah, no, the script is apparent. They can't come up with anything new, and why should they? The public
It
laughs
works.
this stuff up like there's no tomorrow.
It works, yeah.
But Dimmers is amazing. Hey, there's two jerk-offs doing a podcast that have busted us. So how much their listenership? Unless it's 10 million, who cares? Whatever.
But, yeah, exactly.
I know real stories, which I keep passing on this one. Federal law, the judge rules key part of Utah bigamy law is unconstitutional.
We need to live it up.
You can have more bigamy. I think that's a plus.
Do we have a clip on this?
No, it's just not. I thought about
That's a bummer.
I like that one.
cyber war. What are you going to do? It's like, well, maybe that's the whole point. Maybe lock it all down, give everyone a fucking tablet and an app. Here's your computing experience, slave.
Tablet and an app.
And a virtual keyboard. Enjoy. Who knows? Maybe that's the plan. I don't know.
Well, that's a plan that can't be implemented. But there's something, the fact that they had to sneak this through as a bait and switch at the dead of night and during Christmas is the giveaway, as usual, when these things are all, done, because nobody's around. They're all on vacation. And they still are. In fact, I was thinking the show wasn't going to be this exciting because everyone's gone. There's nothing on C-SPAN except TV.
And it's funny. It's funny because I was talking with Mickey. I'm like, maybe next year, maybe that'll be the first year. We just take off the last 2 weeks of the year. Nothing happens. All the PR agencies are closed. We need a rest sometimes, just to clear out the